Hello, this is Monsi from Monsi Makes, and this is a live replay. Hi everyone, I am excited about the March printing challenge with Jelly Arts, and today is day 5 of the challenge, and we are printing with feathers. So I thought I'd do a little live to show you this little thing that I had made back in 2019 when I was starting out with the gel plate. Didn't really know much about how to do layering or anything like that, but I decided that I would try it, and a journal kind of happened as a result. So some of these were embellished later with color pencils, but most of them are in their raw state, the prints that were taken back in 2019 when I was first exploring my gel plate and the notion of printing with feathers. So I had done a whole series of these, one for each day, for 2 months. So I have 60 prints in here that have different kinds of layering and different pairings. And it was just so fun. So today, for day 5 of the March printing challenge, when feathers was the prompt, I thought I'd take this out from 2019, kind of show you what I had done back then when I didn't know much about layering. I really like this one. It turned out super cool. I don't have a lot of favorites in this journal, but and most of these, I will tell you, were accidental prints because I had no idea what I was doing. I was just playing, and that's what yields the most amazing results, right? When you're just playing without any agenda, without a motive, and you just enjoy the process and see what happens. So I thought I'd show you this, but also not just show this to you, see if I could maybe do a quick print. My daughter doesn't have her Zoom class for another 15 minutes, so I figured I'd use the time. So here I have a gel plate from Jelly Arts. This is a 5x7 gel plate, and I don't clean my gel plates, so I just keep flipping them over. So I always lift up prints. You can see I was doing some botanical prints here for another later challenge. I think botanicals are way later in the month, March 30th, but I was just playing around with some stencils I had made and some masking shapes that I had cut out of paper. So anyway, so this is still on there. This is Jelly Arts' new tool called the Alignment Guide. And I am testing this out. This just came in it's the placement tool. I call it the Alignment Guide, but this is the official name. It's a placement tool. And I'm learning how to use this thing. It's amazing because I can overlap. I can get so many cool textures and prints overlapping, and I'll show you very quickly with a very limited color palette. I have all my feathers here collected from various walks along the beach from a lot of different birds. Pelican feathers are the biggest by far. I don't have any of those over here. They're in a vase, a decorative vase in our living area because I like to see them. But these are from various birds, and I just keep them around. Some are flared up, some are not, some are pretty not used. This is a virgin feather right there. But yeah, let's see what we can do. So I'll be using a variety of different paints and inks, and we'll see where this journey takes us today. If you guys have any special requests that I could maybe accommodate in the next 10 minutes, let me know, and I will see what I can do. But I'm starting out with some drops of Liquitex acrylic ink. You can see these are well loved. This is the yellow orange, and it's almost finished. I do need to replenish some of my inks. So what we're going to do here is I'm just going to move this out of the way. This is the regular. We're just going to take the brayer and brayer this on. I'm going to pull a ghost print, obviously, because that print is still on there. This is a cinnamon stick, just from your pantry, just to add some dimension. And we'll pull a background. So I'm going to line this up. This is the 8x10 grid right here. I don't have my 8.5x11 paper, but all I really care about is that I keep using this grid to help align my prints as I start making layers. So that's all I really care about. When I'm using my 8x10 plate, I will get a centered print in the middle of the page when I'm using my 8.5x11 copy paper sheet. So that's for that, but you can also use this alignment guide, this placement guide, even if you're not using your 8.5 by 11 paper and 8 by 10 plate. Now, as you can see, this was a very faint pull because this is acrylic ink. And so what I'm doing is I'm just going to build a lot of layers here. So don't feel anguish. Do not feel stressed at any point. This is just a fun play. Now I'm just using Liquitex Basic Acrylics Parchment Acrylic Paint. Same thing. Whoops. Just brayer on the paint. Lift the brayer every time you're moving back and forth so you get even coverage. My brayer obviously has some blue on it from a previous printing session, which is fine. And this time I'm going to add a couple of feathers. And just going to lay them. However, this one doesn't want to lie down. So let's get another one that's gonna be more cooperative. Maybe one over here. And then I'll put my placement guide right up next to this. Make this sit like that. Take my paper, place it over there, give it a nice rub. So as you can see, the alignment guide is helpful. I really should call it the placement tool. Is helpful for lining up so that I don't have to stick a paper underneath my gel plate. I always used to forget to do that to be able to line up my prints. Or I would partially pick up this paper and then kind of try to guess my way around it. So this is a very simple, it just simplifies the whole process. So now I have these beautiful ghost prints left behind. This is the very detailed print here. This is just the image, just the outline. So now to pull this ghost print, let's see if we can use a blue. This is golden fluid acrylics. They're very, very rich in their pigmentation. And then I'm also using a marabou. This is supposed to be for porcelain painting, but you know, it's the gel plate. I throw everything on my gel plate to see what goes, what doesn't go, what works, what doesn't work. This has a nice transparency about it, and I like the effect it produces. So we'll see what happens when we spread both of these together and see if we can get the details of the feathers. This may or may not work. So if it doesn't, that's fine too. If it does, hooray. Just put this back on, line it up with your placement tool, press it down. My daughter's frowning at me because she just realized she had an optional recess that she wanted to attend today. And she's right, her workstation is right next to mine. So you can go ahead, you can log on, just turn the volume down a bit. She's making all kinds of grumpy faces at me right now. Oh, the life of being at home with COVID. All right, let's see what happened here. So when you have just the right amount of paint on your plate, you will pull everything off, leaving the plate really, really clean. Now this is pretty cool because you can see that there's lots of details here off the feathers, right? How can we make this cooler? Let's see. How about we use, I know some people would just stop right here because this is really good detail, but I don't want to stop. So I'm just going to overlap this one more time and show you what happens if you take a risk. So let's say we take quinacridone magenta, which is also from Golden. Again, for those of you joining in, I'm just playing no agenda here. Jelly Art is hosting the March Printing Challenge. Today's day 5, and we're playing with feathers. I posted a video on my feed, and it's also on the Jelly Arts page. Process video of how you could make a card with feather prints, and here I'm just showing you some more layering because in the video I had used distress inks. Now I'm just using acrylics to show you how some simple layering can result in some really dramatic results. So we'll take a big feather this time, lay this on top again, move the placement tool to the side, give this a nice rub. I'm using Bristol paper, by the way. It's really thick, good quality paper. This is not copy paper, so it's not quite as light as copy paper. It is definitely thicker, more your heavy cardstock quality paper. again, giving it a nice massage. I really like this part of the gel plate printing process because it's very, very therapeutic. And I'm going to pull this off. What do you think? You've got all the under layers that you can see, all the different feather prints that we did earlier. And we have the one big one that we just used as a mask. And this is going to be amazing. So we can either print it on here or we can leave this be and get a new ghost print of that. And if you start hearing my daughter's teacher, it's because she's doing her Zoom right next to me. So I'll just quickly pull this ghost print and then I'm going to call it done because I just said I'll be on for 10 minutes. So we're just going to pull the ghost print, and for pulling the ghost print, we are going to use, let's see, I think I'll use the parchment. And I'm just going to brayer that on. This is going to be my very thin layer, almost transparent. You want your ghost print to start showing through before you pull the print. So also you don't want to do it so many times that you lose everything. It has to be just the right amount of, it comes with practice. I could add some more things to it. I could add some more elements. So let me go ahead, and I have a tile over here. Just a tile. I don't know where I picked it up from, but it has a cool pattern. So I'm just going to add that. And then maybe I can use my cinnamon stick again. And before it dries up, I don't need the alignment guide because I'm not planning to do anything else. Actually, I should, because who knows, later on I might decide to do something else with this, and then I'll be in trouble because I'll want to layer and I won't be able to. So the placement tool is helpful when you're wanting to layer things on top of each other. Mira, do you think you could mute just for 1 minute? I'm on my list. Thank you. Okay, so we're gonna pull this and then I'll be done. And I'll show you what this looks like. Isn't that pretty? Look at all the veins. Nature is amazing, isn't it? So beautiful. It looks like it's dancing in the wind. I just love that. Just with 2 colors. The quinacridone magenta was on there. That gave us the ghost print. And then I just used parchment from Liquitex. And you see how quick and easy this is? And so fun. Like, you really don't have to think. And you're done. It's so amazing. So I hope you join in the March Printing Challenge. And I hope that you have some fun with your gel plate, no matter what the size is. Just play, have fun, use whatever media you have. Enjoy yourselves and give yourselves this gift of time and creativity. And I will see you all next time. Thank you so much. Thank you.